What are you actually doing on your phone, mate? Good morning and welcome to In the Car with Clint today. It's Christmas Eve here in South Australia and I'm heading to Kent Town for our end of year, or end of month, end of year barbecue breakfast. Don't expect it to be massive because it's Christmas Eve. And I think everyone's taken a bit of a different approach to their work and closing earlier this year than they usually do. It's been a tough couple of years for everyone. But I wanted to talk today about being more intentional. It's something that is very much going to be the theme of 2022 for me, and something that I'm guilty of being engrossed in a phone or a laptop when there's people around me that deserve my time. And I was talking to someone about this the other day. We had lunch and we were just chatting about, you know, reflecting on the year and that was, and then us as men, as we're getting older, what kind of fathers are we being, what kind of friends are we being, what kind of husbands are we being, what does the relationship with our wives mean now, now that we're not young and going out and partying, and you can almost slot into a stage of being housemates rather than husband and wife. And a lot of it, that what we talked about was the mobile phone usage at home and the laptop usage at home. And I was talking to one of my team the other day, and he was working on his laptop at home, and his wife was like, "What did you actually just do?" And he was like, I don't know, or it wasn't really important. And I think we can get caught up in this trap of being on our phones or using our laptops to make us feel like we're being productive, and to make us feel like we're, pushing those chess pieces further down the board, when we're really not. And it's not about the amount of time that you're spending on what you're doing, it's about the quality of the work that you're doing in the time that you're spending. And you can do both, right? Like, you can spend 16 hours a day, high quality work, moving your chess pieces forward, and you'll grow a massive company. Or you could spend really high quality time, 6 hours a day or 4 hours a day. Tim Ferriss, that was a week. Doesn't work, I don't think. But you could spend 4 hours a day pushing those chess pieces forward, and you'd get more of what matters done. And a lot of it's going to come down to setting up systems, right? So I'm super guilty of using my mobile phone too much when I should be concentrating on what's happening. That includes being with my children, being with my wife, being with my friends, talking to a customer or a staff member, and the phone just comes out because it rings. I'm going to commit to being more present and intentional around the people that I'm around. And I know that I need to set up some systems around that. My voicemail is very clear that I don't answer my phone all the time. And if you want to get in touch with me, the best thing you can do is text me. It sounds rude or arrogant, but it's just the reality. Like, you're not gonna, just because your phone rings doesn't mean you have to answer it. Just because you get an email doesn't mean you have to read it. Just because you get a DM doesn't mean you have to look at it. And we're in this trap where there's this hyper focus on making sure that you're responding, but those people are calling you to service their needs, not your needs. So when you're doing that, you're not serving yourself. You're responding to them to serve them. So be more intentional around the time that you're using those devices. Set up some rules around how you're going to use them, and communicate those rules with the people around you. Say to your partner or your wife, I'm going to be using my phone and my emails after dinner, or 8:30 till 9:30. I just want to make sure that there's no emergencies have come up, especially if you've got a team or you're meant to be working on site tomorrow. You could have the people around you know your wife's phone number or your partner's phone number, and you just put your phone away at night, and if anything really urgent comes up, people will find you. Or you have an assistant taking care of your emails, or you have automatic responders in your Facebook saying, I only respond to these messages between business hours. We do value your time. And I know it sounds a bit shitty, because I hate that when you ring up someone, they're like, we value your call, but we're just going to put you on hold for 2 days. But you need to find some balance, and you need to find, this is if it matters to you, it might not. I think it's going to start mattering more to people. The last couple of years has really highlighted how quickly the things that we take for granted, or the normal things that we have in our life can be torn apart and ripped away from us, and you don't have as much time as you think. I mean, life is long, and hopefully you've got the 20, 30, 40 more years of work in you to help build what you think you need. But I got 2 4-year-olds, and in 10 years they're going to be very uninterested in spending as much time with me. So make sure you're consciously working on where your time is spent, and then it will be serving you and not others. My focus is to be more intentional next year, or from now really, and I encourage you to look at it. If it's not for you, all good. But I'm finding as I get older, it's becoming something that matters. So that's it for In the Car with Clint today. Have a very, very wonderful Christmas. I don't even know if this video will go out before Christmas. I might try and get Duffy to put it out today. If you've got any questions or comments, hit me up. If you want me to answer some questions, honestly, we're pushing close to 200 videos and I don't get a lot of questions. And without those questions, I don't have a lot more to talk about. So maybe In the Car with Clint will just die. Do you want that? Be kind to each other. Talk to you tomorrow.